I'm Devin Allbaugh with Running Wild, and we're down here at Ragged Records and Trash Can Annie's for Favorite Finds with KALA. I have all my old CDs, yeah. They're in really, really bad shape. My favorite one ever broke, which is At the Drive-In, Relationship of Command. You might find the record. I'm optimistic. I love this Violent Femmes album. I can honestly say I have not listened to any other Violent Femmes songs, or XTC is another, Ecstasy? All right. Fleet Foxes, Shore, what's to say? Fleet Foxes, self-titled, probably, a perfect record. Shore, definitely close. I think this was kind of a band that I really listened a lot to, especially in college. A band that just kind of, every song just kind of makes you feel a little bit more relaxed. It's a little more laid back. Always made me feel good. Made me feel a little depressed too, but sometimes that's all right. Kind of made you feel, a range of emotions, if you will. Featherweight on this album's probably my favorite. Going to the Sun Road's another good one. Every song is pretty solid on this record. Sunblind, the opening track was really good. Self-titled wise, like Blue Ridge Mountains was up there. Your Protector was another one that I really liked. It's got White Winter Hymnal, which, everybody knows. It's become almost a kind of a Christmas classic. Sunny Day Real Estate, Diary, kind of a first wave, second wave emo band. Definitely their biggest record, but with this band, I think, I grew up, my brother was a huge influence on my music. He listened to a lot of grunge and like nu metal and stuff like that. And I sort of felt like this sort of almost bridged the gap between sort of what he really liked, what I liked. It's an emo record, but it's a little grungy. But yeah, really good record. Every song is great. I think this song sort of catapulted my general music taste now. A little bit more of that post-hardcore type of stuff, a little bit rougher around the edges. Mars Volta, Delau's in the Comatorium, first Mars Volta record. I'm a huge At the Drive-In fan, so they split into two bands. There was Sparta, and then there was the Mars Volta. Mars Volta being a little bit more on that progressive side of things. This record was really different for me. It's definitely I don't listen to a ton of progressive, really progressive stuff. Maybe Coheed and Cambria, which kind of is a little bit on the edge there within that genre. But this one really just kind of told more of a story. I felt like you kind of got lost in this album. And yeah, just everything about it was cool. Like the, Cedric Bixler, the lead singer, the guitarist, Omar Rodriguez, I wanted to be them when I was 12. I wanted to have an afro, which is impossible for me. And I wanted to wear bootcut corduroy pants, because they did. So anything that these guys were gonna come out with was probably gonna hit, but it really resonated with me. So I love this record. M83, Saturdays Equals Youth. Obviously everyone knows M83 for Midnight City. This is the album before that. I fell in love with We Own the Sky is an amazing song. And I think I just it was one of those things where you hear that and you're like, yeah, I gotta see what else they're doing here. Every song on this record sounds so different, and it's a lot different than I think the stuff that they came out with after. There's pop songs on it. I feel like it's not quite as electronic-y as their stuff now. But just a fun album. You Appearing, it's just this beautiful intro song right into We Own the Sky. I don't know, it's a really cool album. It's different. I think I liked M83 before it was cool to like M83. So I like this album a lot. It's a great one. My last pick, Blood Brothers, Burn Piano Island Burn. The kind of the album right before their biggest album, Crimes. But this one is, this is the one that really got me into these guys. Kind of just a really good kind of screamo, post-hardcore, record. Every Breath is a Bomb, Ambulance vs. Ambulance, Cecilia and the Silhouette Saloon. They're all kind of like classic, like, if you're familiar with like scene culture, I think these guys were kind of like those dudes, they were them. So, lots of good stuff here. And Laura from Trash Can Annie, she outfitted me up. The 70s stitch sweater, which I love. And then this classic track jacket from Ireland. Very cool. I love a jacket like this. Thanks so much for having me. I had a lot of fun. Always shop local, and be sure to visit Trash Can Annie's and Ragged Records and Running Wild right up the hill.